What we're looking at in this video is setting up a series of holes on a non-planar or curved surface. So in the headband here, on this surface here, I want to set up 4 countersunk holes down near the end of it here. Okay. In order to do that, we're going to have to set up a hole wizard on a curved non-planar surface, which is slightly different than on a flat or plane surface. So to do that, I'm going to select hole wizard. When I get into hole wizard here, the first thing I'm going to do is set up the hole type. I want a countersunk hole. The standard should be ISO. Countersunk flat ISO, that's the one I want there. Size, I'm going to make these M2, normal fit, and a through all end condition. Okay, so once I'm happy with that, I'm going to go to positions, and this time now I'm going to select the face that I want the holes to be positioned on. So I'm going to select this face here, and you can see as soon as I select that face there, we've now gone into a 3D sketch. That's because SolidWorks knows that it's a non-planar face, so it's brought us directly into a 3D sketch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop 2 holes here in the relative positions that I think they should be. So roughly where they should be in the end. Now you can see there the centers of them are blue, and down at the bottom of the screen it's undefined. So they're not defined. What we need to do is set up a sketch to define them. Now what I need to do is I'm going to set up a sketch from the origin over these holes here to actually define where they are. Now this time we're going to be working in a 3D sketch. So if I select a center line here, what you'll notice is the first thing that comes up is we have a pencil, and you have the plane on which you're working on is beside the pencil, so it's in the on the XY plane. So if you come over here to this to these directions here, the X, Y, and Z directions, it's showing you what directions they're in, and it'll let you know what plane you're on. Okay, so if I'm in the XY direction there, you can see it says XY beside the pencil, and it also has 2 red arrows from the origin showing what plane I'm on. So there's 3 different planes. We have the XY plane, we have the YZ plane, so that would be this plane here. Again, you have the arrows here, so we have the YZ plane here, and we also have the ZX plane here as well. Okay, so the ZX plane, which is this plane here. If you want to think of these in terms of the front, top, and right plane, you can. So the XY effectively is the front plane, the YZ is effectively the right plane, and the ZX is effectively the top plane. So what I want to draw on here first of all is the YZ plane, which is effectively the right plane. So I'm going to draw on the YZ plane. I'm going to start at the origin. I'm going to draw a line straight out like this, and I'm going to again stay on the YZ plane. I'm going to draw a vertical line up roughly to there. Now I want to draw this line over to meet, I'm still on the YZ plane. I want to draw it over to meet the center of the hole. Now I'm going to toggle between the planes. I can press the tab key on my keypad. So that'll bring me, the tab key will bring me through the 3 different planes. So this time now I want to be in the XY plane to pick up this center point over here. So again, I'm going to make sure I'm coincident with the center of the hole from the end of that center line there. Okay, and I'm going to press escape just to get out of that center line command. Now I want to set up relations. I want to have each of these lines parallel along the X, Y, and Z direction. So this one needs to be parallel along the Z, this one needs to be parallel along the Y, and this one needs to be parallel along the X. So I'm going to select this one here. I need to make that parallel along the Z direction. Press OK. I need to make this one parallel along the Y direction here. Press OK. And I need to make this one parallel along the X direction. And I'm going to press OK there again. Okay, so they're parallel now. If I set up my X and Y dimensions now, I should be fully defined. So, or if I set up my Z and Y dimensions, I should be fully defined now. So I'm going to go for my Z dimension here first of all. Okay, so that is the distance out from the origin there, and I want that to be 6 millimeters. So if I go into the view from the right here, I can see that's 6 millimeters out from the center of the origin, and my height up from here along the Y direction. Then if I smart dimension that, I want to make that 13 millimeters. Okay, straight up. I'm going to press OK. So that has defined it, fully defined my sketch there in the Z and Y direction, and because I started at the origin there and my 3 lines are parallel along the X, Y, and Z directions, it is fully defined. That has gone black there. Now I still need to define the second hole here, so I'm going to go center line, and I'm going to start a center line from this line here. Now I need to be careful here. I don't want I don't want to pick up the midpoint of this line here, because that'll define the height of the line, and we don't want it defined to the midpoint. Okay, so I'm going to draw this line out again along the XY direction, and I'm going to make sure that I'm picking up the center of that hole there, and that is coincident with the center of the hole there. Now again, I need to just define add a relation on that line of along the X direction. So it's parallel along the X direction, and the last thing I need to do is define a height from the origin up. So smart dimension from this point to this point here, and I'm going to make that dimension there. I'm going to make that a height of 5 millimeters up there. Okay, and that is our two holes fully defined there now. Okay, so if I press OK here, I'm happy with them. Two holes fully defined, and they're cut out, and they are tangential to the face there. Okay, so they are tangential to the face. So what I need to do now is I need to just mirror them across. So I'm going to select mirror, and I'm just going to mirror them across the front plane. Select the two holes, and I'm going to press OK, and that's the four holes fully cut out, fully defined there. Okay, again, you need to rename them features as you're going along.